That was a cool raid yesterday. Oh, wait, my mic. Hold on. There we go. That was a cool raid yesterday. Dex bonus, aka I think Dodger is what everybody calls her. She's doing that, like using that weird machine to make, I don't know, like a tube. I wonder if you could put carbon fiber in that thing and make like a loose tube weave. Be like, yeah, I gotta coat this thing in actually you might be able to do it with Kevlar. You'd have to get like a Kevlar yarn, which I guess is just Kevlar. And then you could loosely tubify it with that machine. I don't know if the plastic would be too happy with Kevlar though. I think it might use up all your Kevlar. How much solder do I have left? Ruh-roh, that's plastic. I gotta order another thing of solder. I think I'll do that tonight. When the plastic is visible, it's time to order some more solder. I think we're just about there. All right, let's get going, bother. Let's actually like be conscious, able to do thing. Oh, Rojas? I don't know. I don't know. I might choose to stay leaded. Partially leaded. Did this just cut out? Yeah, I think either it cut out or it's a very boring part of the mix. I don't see any cut. All right, weird. Tasty lead. Well, you know, practice what you preach, right? Maybe I should buy some unleaded and some leaded. So I could continue to use leaded solder, but also I could preach the benefits of no lead. Probably would be healthier for me too. I don't know. I don't know. That's right, you got that giant job coming up. Jeez. You gonna get a solder pot for that? No lead. Well, we've got a lead here. So I don't know if I could do that. You're gonna strip them all manually. My wrists. What the fuck happened here? Like a big crease in my... Wait, what 3D model? Look at that big crease. Ugh. What 3D model? I don't remember, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got... What did I get off of you? What did I do? What did I do? Sorry, I'm not in... Oh, no, I actually, I found a thing on Thingiverse. I found a thing on Thingiverse, and then I scaled it up in order to fit the other ones. The, what you call it? The GVM lights. Yeah, that's the one that I used. So I've got one, it's running on the one next to me. I'll have to replace the others. I've been lazy. I've been lazy about it. These are just, if you guys don't know, but these are to hold the power supply against the light stand so that it's not in the way, because these are like awkwardly, they've got an awkward distance to them, so this just holds it up against the pole. Makes for a slightly neater setup. This thing's just been running 24/7. Well, it hasn't had 7, but it's been running 24. I should probably break it down partially to make some space here to work. But I think the direction that this is going in, the audio stuff, I think we gotta go digital. Because if these are using 65 milliamps per, or rather no, they're using 4 milliamps per, and I have 10. 4 and 4 is 8. That doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. Too many milliamps for the system. Now, a tiny FPGA, the thing that I have in this cabinet, Nobody's here. Huh. Well, well, well. If it isn't the results of my own actions. All right. We should probably get going on this thing, huh? Fade this out. Turn off start soon. Hit pause. Minimize. Take a big sip of water. All right. Yeah. We're not doing audio stuff today. It turns out with the audio stuff, seems like using a little bit too much current for the filters that I'm designing. Too much current. Op amps are too power hungry. And as a result, I can't run the filters that I want to run. So the alternative to running the op amps as I have them. No, I didn't look at the other board. It's only been 24 hours. I didn't get a chance to really look at this thing. There's something wrong with it, but I don't know what. Very frustrating because we went through every facet of this board in order to try to get it to work. And I have a feeling that these filters will work if I tune them up properly, but I think we need to abandon the analog. Time to abandon the analog part of this whole thing. I think we need to go digital. The only thing that could possibly stifle digital is if it uses up too much current. That would be a horrible, sick joke. This board right here, the tiny FPGA, when it's running, this uses up 1 milliamp, a little over 1 milliamp. You could give it 2 milliamps to do all of its work, which is awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we don't have enough current. We have enough current for like 1 extra op amp in this entire circuit, which is not enough for me to build my parametric filter. So, the thought is, I have an input and an output, right? And so I take that. I'm probably going to need another op amp on the output of this thing, depending on what the gain is of the digital to analog converter. I'll have to look up the circuit on that, but it uses I2S. I have an analog to digital, I have a digital to analog, and then I pop this thing in between them. If that whole circuit can use up little enough current, then that might be the solution to all of my audio filtering woes. I could have this thing do everything. I can have it do an envelope, I can have it do the compressor, I can have it do the EQ, I could even have it do aural enhancements. I don't know what that even means. It's just something that the Aphex audio says it does. I do all of that in here, and it will reproduce my dulcet tones, and I can tune it for the specific microphone. I'll have to figure that one out, though. Yeah, no, it's like, my God. My God. Such capability. Yeah, this thing can do a lot. An FPGA is a very powerful little device. But the current draw is like 1 milliamp, so that's really tempting. And we might end up going digital with this thing. It'll be my first foray into doing FPGA work. Just got in. Well, Your Highness, let me re-explain everything that I was just explaining. This is the tiny FPGA BX. It's a little FPGA board. You can get them at tinyfpga.com. It's $38. I've never done anything with FPGAs before, though, so I think that would be interesting to do some audio manipulation with one. But anyway, that was not supposed to be, the plan. But apparently that's just where we are with that project. I mean, those filters seem like they'd work, and it would be cool to have analog devices from all of my audio. Digital possibly brings with it a little bit of a delay, so that could have bad effects. But I don't know. If I keep it simple enough, if I keep the chain of events simple enough, I don't think it'll have a lot of delay. I think it'll be okay. I'm not sure though. Because, the digital audio has to get into the device and then get manipulated, and then it comes back out the other end. And an FPGA is an inherently hardware piece of software device, so it might have very minimal delay. I don't know how much the teensy introduces though. I mean, once we get the I2S to, or sorry, the audio to I2S and the I2S to audio part of it, I can try like a teensy microcontroller too. And that has its little audio lab that you can like build stuff with visually and then program the device. So I could try that too. We can see what kind of delay there is in that. But today, we're working on the laser. We're actually working on Burn the Subs for once. I put a little bit of work into this in the interim, like a week ago, in order to get all the stuff into CAD so that we can design the solids around the stuff. The laser board was giving me quite a bit of headache in terms of getting that part in and getting that part to 3D render, but I got it in and I got it to 3D render. I figured out how to do that less painfully. I kind of forgot since then. I think I had to start up a new managed library for my generic components. I'm gonna cough. I coughed. Yeah, so I started up like a new managed library for my components, and then I ended up dragging and dropping the thing in, and I didn't have to reposition it, and it all took for some reason. It just did it. I had a little bit of trouble with the package variants because there's two variants on the JST connectors. One is a wide hole and the other's like a narrow hole. And so it was tough to assign the same 3D model to both footprints. But it's not terrible. You just have to get the order of operations right. I don't understand how they could make this entire piece of software. And they're like, man, we've got this new amazingly comprehensive 3D model of components that you can do. And they're like, oh, but we didn't figure that. We thought you guys would just make all your components over from scratch. We didn't assume that you would import a 3D model. Let's tack something on really shittily that'll allow you to import the 3D model. And if you screw up, it might mess up everything. Anyway, I got that done, and we have enough of that board with all of the holes in the right places so that now I can actually place everything around the laser, around the XY head. We're just gonna let that load for a second there. It has to think about what it did. So now I've got enough of an idea of what that circuit board is like, so I can plan out where it goes. This is a little weird here. These pins are way too long. I'm not gonna gap anything depending on that. But yeah, so all the stuff here is all the stuff that I'm mounting to the laser head. This should be possibly a little lighter, I hope. Maybe not. It might not be lighter. But it's got, you know, the aluminum block for the laser itself, the circuit board, the two pieces of drag chain that are going to move it back and forth, and then it has, not drag chain, the two pieces of GT2 timing belt right there that are going to move it back and forth. And then it also has the drag chain, what brings all of the wires in. So we got to figure out where all this ish is going, right? We got to figure out where it's going. I'm sorry. We know where it's going. It is in place right now. That's exactly where I want everything to be. We need to figure out how we're going to connect everything to it. And the problem that I'm probably going to have with the drag chain is that I need to somehow stabilize it. I think I might have to put like a metal rod in there in order to keep it from like falling forward, because there's no, some of the drag chains have like a little plastic notch on the thing that keeps them from flexing in the wrong direction, but this one doesn't, so it's going to flex in the wrong direction unless I put something in there in order to keep it flat initially. It's usually the first link will have it, but this one doesn't for some unknown reason. Anywho, yeah, we'll have to figure that one out later. I think that's going to have to be an add-on to everything else. It's not just going to like be an inherent part of what I design here, lest I make this whole thing like crazy. So, all right. So from this, let's not look at the laser board right now. From this, what I need is a plastic solid that is going to combine all of these things. And you can already see that there are some conflicting things here going on. I need those 3mm or 2.5mm, whatever, screws to go into the cart, but I also need the posts and screws of this thing to come in here. So we got to think about this as we build it, and we have to think about this thing as existing on a print bed as well. So I can't do, I don't want to do like multiple layers or, you know, like things that hang over. I was thinking about putting like a post sticking out of this so that it would hold this here, and that might be the only overhanging thing that I put on this. We might do 2 pieces though. I might need to do 2 pieces because I might need something to go all the way out to the drag chain. But I also need something up here, like way up in space, in order to hold on to the belts. Oy, oy, oy. This is going to be a weird design. All right, so yeah. I don't have any sketches in here. Everything is placed, and I've got everything sitting in a step that's before the positioning step. So this is a properly formatted drawing, right? A properly formatted design file. This is how I like to do things. I like to put all of the stuff in first, lock it down, and if I need to add anything to this drawing, like screws or something like that, I will add them back in time, all the way back here. Unless I design a solid that needs its own screws, and then I'll add the screws to that solid individually. But right now, we're ready to start putting bodies together. Ooh, I got a wonderful little wave of nausea there. That had nothing to do with the design. It just had to do with my own body sorting itself out this morning. It's not morning anymore. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bother. Yeah, anyway. Oh, there's an update pending. You son of a bitch. Your device needs to restart and install updates. So we found out why I had little lag spikes at the beginning of this stream. There you go. Because Windows cannot be helped. This is a production computer. I should probably turn off Windows Update, huh? Oh well. My other computer fully restarted itself and didn't even like open up my browser windows again. So I lost a bunch of stuff that I meant to look at the following day. Here's the deal. So we've got kind of a weird base plat in here. This has like a notch in it. That I don't need to do anything with that. I would rather think about my print bed as being flat on this surface. So I guess we could so I could design it here on this plane and then extrude it with this as an offset, or I could just design it on this plane right here. I could add this sketch to this plane. I know how to bring back the browser windows, and I did. But yeah, it's just annoying because it's one of the few times it's done that. And then I got to realize that the VPN has automatically turned itself on, and if I go to somebody's like Twitch channel and try to say something, it's shadow banned on Twitch, whatever VPN IP that is. So if I try to say something, it just doesn't go through. I discovered that from a streamer that had their chat up on screen, and I'm like, why is my chat not showing up? Okay, so I don't know where to start designing this thing. I think maybe I'll just do this plane right here and just work from there. I mean, the problem is that it's then permanently attached to this device. If I wanted to design the solid on its own, I guess I could sketch on the base plane, just on the base axis, but I think what I'm going to do is just start from here and just work that way. So right click, create sketch, and here we are. Oh, really? Update 5 coming to stable branch. I've been playing it on experimental and it's fine. Yeah. That thing should get on stable branch faster. All right, what kind of a shape are we putting to this thing? I do not know. I mean, I guess I'll start with a big square. We'll start with a big square that overhangs just a little bit. And then I was hoping to do something a little fancier for the drag chain. You know, maybe something that looks like a little bit more of like a girder work kind of thing. I think that'll be good. I don't know how to do triangles in Fusion. I think you just do 3 lines. I think that's the way you do triangles, right? So this thing is not centered. That's one of the problems. It's not centered. So if I start at center, I'm gonna have trouble. Like if I create a center rectangle, which is what I like to do, that ain't gonna work. So Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Maybe a 3-point rectangle and move out from there. Are these are supposedly centered. Or I could just move everything so that it is actually in center. I probably should do that, huh? Before it really becomes a problem. Center all of my devices and then, you know, go back to here and center them. Or I could just continue on. Let's just continue. Well, it's gonna bother me. I can't live my life like this. Control Z. All right. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, I've double-clicked to this step, so the positioning step. If I want to move any of my solids, I need to go back to this step. So I'm gonna go back to this step, select everything. Actually, I think I need to hit that first. No, it did it. It did that. Okay, how am I gonna do that? Maybe point to point. I only want to move it on the one axis, though. I could use the, like, align tool. Well, I could also measure the distance from that center to center. Can I get a... No, it doesn't look like... Well, I could do an XYZ on that. And then view origin. Where's my X, Y, and Z? Oh, no, it's just giving me the distance to the plane. Hold on. Hold on. Would the align tool do it? Will it move everything in a big block? If I select everything and I do that... Yep, nope. Nope. That's already messed something up. Hit cancel on that. Wait, why did it... That was weird. I had to Control Z that. I just want the XYZ distance from the center of that plane to the origin, basically. Because I want to center it. And so I can do a point-to-point move on the points. It's not exactly on 0, though. I mean, this thing is just sitting... Where is that? This thing is sitting on the base plane? I think it's a little bit below. Why is it like that? That's really weird. All right. I gotta sort this out. Yeah, inspect tool doesn't give me the center point. All right, so maybe I don't do anything for now, and I'll just I'll live with my transgressions against centering, because everything else is positioned where it should be. I think, pretty sure. Yeah, everything else is positioned where it should be. This thing is actually on center. It doesn't need... I mean, that can move forwards and backwards, but the distance, you know, towards us is fixed. All right, anyway, let's just start. So yeah, create a sketch. So this is gonna start as a square. So create rectangle, 3-point, and I can choose either... No, I'm not forgiven. No. Don't give me an out. Choose the very top, go to the very bottom. Because I chamfer the edges, it gets hard to kind of like grab the right part, because you can, like, you might get there. Yeah, anyway. All right, so grab that, and then let's go out a distance. And I don't know what distance to do. I mean, I can come all the way out to here. That's going to be a little weird. That's what? That's 73. I think I should probably go out to here and then build a second solid that would screw into the first one, and then that would hoist the drag chain out there. Maybe? I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. So if I go 40 millimeter, that gives me a nice little distance there. Now these lines are blue. Fantastic. Control Z that. Yeah, those lines are blue because they're not locked into anything. I guess the best way to not do blue lines is to project, because this solid technically isn't in my drawing. It's just a thing that exists. So if I take that point, if I project the 2 points, add your sketch palette, here and here, now I've got a basis by which to draw my 3-point rectangle, right? Rectangle, 3-point, dish to dish, go out, 40. There we go. Now everything's locked in place. You got to be careful about that with Fusion. The other thing you have to be careful with is if you're putting lines down, it seems to expect you to hold down the button when you do the lines. Like I'm holding down the button here. If you don't hold down the button, because I expect the line tool to be a click and then another click, sometimes it'll insert like a tiny little line segment in what you're doing. So it's good to pay attention to whether or not your lines are blue or not. If the lines are blue, that means that some facet of that line isn't actually tied down to static dimensions and it can move around. Hey, careful about that. All right, so with that having been, look at our design. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's just a square. It's just a square. I actually, you know what? I think that's the only thing that we're adding to this is just a big square. Because, I mean, I can use the hole tool on projections of the holes in order to create the screw holes, but the rest of this thing is pretty much just a box. I mean, we have to extrude it up in order to meet the things that it needs to meet. We're also probably going to need an extrusion off of the face of this thing. Should that match the look of that? I'll have to see. Hey, little fluffy cloud, thank you for the 10 months. Hope you're doing well and overcoming any obstacles with your normal flair. I suppose so. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just a little tired. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the 10 months, little fluffy cloud. That's a long time. All right, what am I doing? You know, let's just extrude this out and figure it out. And then the solid piece, the like angled piece of this thing, I need to figure out what that's gonna look like. And I guess I could just put like a 2mm box on it. I could extrude from that face too, but I think that's too fancy. I think we just need, yeah. Let me just put a box on it. Let's just put it to a box. So that's gonna be like 2mm. Maybe we make it 4 because it needs to have bolts going through it. But at 4mm, it's going to interfere with our screw holes, which we could push everything forward. You know, there's nothing saying that my laser can't move 2mm forward from where it is right now. And that would actually give us a little bit of room around the screw holes. Well, that's all we need to sketch there. Ta-da! So now I can extrude these solids out, and I can see what things are going to look like. Uh-oh. Did I miss with that? Hold on, wait a minute. Go back to the sketch. This happens. This happens sometimes. Something is not bound, and I think it's this corner. Yeah, look at that. You little bastard. I hate it when it does this. And now watch. I'm going to try to put it to here, and it won't. Nope, that's actually snapping in. Okay, so I just missed. All right, there we go. That at least does that. Yeah, so if I go back in time and I move this solid, because of the way I've drawn these pieces here, all of that stuff is going to shuffle forwards. But it will break extrusions because of all of these surfaces here, which is, it's pretty annoying because I drew it on this face right here. All of the geometries of these holes are actually brought through to the sketch and highlighted. So now when I do the extrusion, I'm gonna have to click a bunch of stuff in order to, why is that blue? I guess maybe just because I clicked on it. Okay. Yeah, but all these geometries are gonna be projected into my sketch, which can get very annoying. I had a piece of, hold on, I'm gonna cough. Ooh, that was a meaty one. I had an object that I was designing that was on the face of a piece of maker beam. And that piece of maker beam had all of these different facets to it, like all the edges were chamfered and filleted and all that stuff, right? And so it was super complicated, and I drew a circle on it, and then I had to click no less than 75 different outlined things because it was projecting that through. And I think you can turn that off. But I don't know why I didn't. Anyway, our sketch is super complicated, so there we go. Look at this. Look at how complicated things are. So now what I can do is I can extrude those into solids, extrude the faces that I've created into solids, and we can figure out a little bit more of what this thing is going to look like. my concern is that the belt is so high up. Like I need to design stuff around it, but that's a ton of plastic. It feels a little wasteful. But I guess I'm gonna need some kind of like a tower on the back end here in order to mount that. And then we'll have to figure out how the circuit board is going on too. I think the circuit board is probably gonna go on massive standoffs or something of that nature. So anyway, let's give this like a 3mm extrusion, huh? See that whole thing? Gotta click all of it in order to get it in there. So that gets 3mm into the positive axis. And that makes a new body. I click OK on that. All right. So far, so good, right? We made a box. My God. It's amazing. We're so talented. I'm going to put this up on the fridge. All right. That's 3mm, but our sketch went away. I gotta view the sketch again. And then take this thing, this box over here, and now I can't get to it because the solid's in the way. So I guess I'm gonna unview the body, highlight the stuff I want to extrude. Oh yeah, I have to E for extrude. E. And then I'm gonna take that to the top of this thing. So instead of distance, I'm gonna go to object and click there. One object you're creating is not visible. I know. Give it a minute. This thing has no chill. We're not going to cut. We're going to join. I want to join these two bodies together. Did I make that 3mm? It doesn't look. That looks like 4. Yeah, I made it 4mm. That's fine though. So there might be a problem here. I don't know if I click join, if it's going to join up with the other bodies on here. Like if it's going to join up with my components. So let's just try it and see what happens. Body 2. Okay, it doesn't join with components. That's good. The import stuff over here remains separate, which is good. Which is good, because it would be bad if all that stuff joined together. Now, I'm going to be 3D printing this thing, so the debate is whether or not I put posts in here. These fasteners are huge, right? This thing is meant to hold up like a machine axis, right? So it's meant to take quite a bit of weight, quite a bit of heft, and so it's got large bolt holes. I don't need it to do anything but hold up a wimpy little laser, right? It just needs to hold that steadily in place. So what I could do, what I'm thinking about doing, is extruding a post into this thing, and then when I print it, the problem being that the post has to be on support material, and that support material makes the surface really bad. I mean, I could take a file to it and file it down too after it prints, or trust my printer to somehow be able to create a post in thin air. Some people's printers can do that. Mine, no. Can't do that. Mine cannot do that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. Let's build posts into this thing, and I'll deal with whatever consequences there are later down the line. So what I want to do is get a measure of this, and then I want to take it down by 0.2mm. So take a measure of that. The diameter is 5.5mm. And that's from, I actually created this component. So this is me measuring the actual post in Fusion and then creating something to resemble the real world object, which is this thing right here. That's not that. That's not what we're looking at. This thing. Here, come on over here. Let's ignore that. Yeah, this is like an easy thing to create in Fusion. So I created that. It's got a 5.5mm post to it. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I messed up on a couple parts of it. Like I think the holes, the chamfer on the edge over here actually collides with the fillet of that hole. Well, you know what? Sorry, the chamfer of the hole, the fillet of the edge. Those are the two things that I keep mixing up. It's like me with the breadboard versus perf board. I got yelled at that yelled at about that by Hackaday readers. That's all right. That's a detail that doesn't really matter that much. All right, so that could be a little thinner. Let's make that a little thinner, this front angle. And go back to my sketch. And then take this and turn it down to 3 millimeters, finish the sketch, and then it redoes all the steps that came after it, which was the extrusion. So we have this angle post here. I want to create some kind of a support interface between these two, though, and then I want to make posts over here. So in order to create the support interface, I could include that in the sketch and then fillet it down, or I might be able to use one of these tools that I never use, and this is a good opportunity to try it. That's not the one. I think it's create, and then I want to make, not a web, although that looks like a cool command, not a hole, not a thread, not a cylinder, or a torus, or a pipe, or a pattern. Where's that tool? There's a specific tool for this. Is it in modify? Face, offset face, fillet, press pull, silhouette, split. Let's see here. Derive, extrude. Huh. I don't know where that tool went. Construct? No. It's not an assemble, I'll tell you that much. It might be in some of the other tools. I don't think it's in the mesh tools though. Yeah, I don't think it's in mesh tools. Man, mesh tools are super powerful though. They're scary powerful. Huh, that's weird. I don't know what happened to the right tool. Oh, rib. There it is. It's right in front of me. Yeah, there's a rib tool right there. So rib tool. Curve? I don't have any curves. Wait a minute. There are no curves in here. Okay. Okay, so maybe the rib tool won't do it. What the hell? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is the rib tool supposed to do? The logo literally looks exactly like this. It looks just like, wait a minute. How does that friggin' work? Rib, curve, select. Nothing. I can't select anything. What's that all about? What? All right. I guess I can't. Do we have to do this the classic way? I think we do actually. Yeah, I thought the rib tool would do it. It was right in front of my face. All right, fine. I literally, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a rib that goes on that angle iron in order to support it a little better, but it literally will not let me do it. What an ass. All right. So what's it gonna look like? I mean, basically a chamfer on that thing, right? I just want a body that I can create like an angle on. It's unfortunate that the chamfer tool won't quite allow me to do a thin thing. So what I'll do is I'll extrude a box, just to make a symmetrical box. So let's get an inspection on this to this. That's 11 millimeter. 11 millimeter. All right, one sec, hold on. Yeah. News. All right, that out of the way. So I'm gonna make an 11 millimeter box that comes out of the center of this thing. Finding the center is actually gonna be harder to do, isn't it? Because oh damn it, I'm gonna need construction lines in order to do this. All right, well let's make it. So we'll go back in time to when I did this, and now I guess I need, actually no, the center will be marked on this, so I can go from there. 11 millimeters in the center, and then what do I? Well, does it need to be in the center? Should there be 2? There should probably be 2, right? 2 of these things. Maybe I can use it to support the posts, but then it'll get in the way of these holes. If I want to keep it out of the way, I guess I can put it all the way up here. My thought, I mean, I've got the hole coming in from this thing. So if I put it right there, it'll be right behind that, where that post is. But then again, I'm not gonna be using the full hole, right? I'm gonna put a post in there and then have a fastener coming in through that from the other side. So I guess I am good to do just do one on either side of the axis. So instead of that, I guess I'll do an 11 millimeter long square, and I'll just make it, what, 3 millimeter? Just make it like a shell. I guess that'll work. Let's go back to our normal view. So that's going to be a 3-point rectangle. And I'm going to be starting it up here. I'm going to come in 3 millimeters. Oop. Like that. And then I'm going to go down 11. And then we'll extrude that up. So another 3-point rectangle. Come from here. Go in 3. And then down 11. All right. All right. All right. All right. Why is that blue? Why are you blue? I told you to be 3 millimeters. What the hell is this crap? No. No, 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 no. Why did it randomly decide to not? Okay. All right. All right. Create rectangle, 3-point, like that. 3. Hit enter. Oh, and it didn't. Distance this right there. 11. Jeez. What an ass. All right, so that's now those two features are there, and we can finish the sketch. It re-extrudes everything, but now I need to view the sketch again, this time without the body in the way. View the sketch, hit E for extrude, hit that, and then I can go, well, actually, the distance isn't going to be 11. The distance is going to be 2 object there. Now I need to review the solid so that I can attach everything together. So view the bodies again, and that's not going to be a cut, that's going to be a join. Click OK. All right. It looks like crap. It looks like fresh crap, and I hate it. Okay. Unview the sketch. Or just the sketch. All right, so what I can do with this now is angle these, and I'm just going to use the fillet tool in order to do that. I mean, I could like make a cut in order to make them look a specific way, but I'll just do the fillet tool. Sorry, the chamfer tool. I don't want them to be rounded. I want them to be solid, flat angles, because they're only there for support. So I could do something like that. What? What? Why are you asking me? Do you want to borrow my laptop? What is this? So I mean, these could come directly from the surface, or I could give them a little bit more, you know, something like that. What, are you gonna copy my homework? What is this? Let's give them a little edge. That'll look a little better. Issues with the trackpad shutting off anytime metal comes into contact with the base. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know nothing about nothing. All right, so here we go. So we're getting there, right? We need the posts now. So in order to make the posts, which are going to be the things that'll have screws in them, I'll probably have to put a washer on that screw in order to hold this thing in there. What I need to do is basically start a sketch on our new body. So I'm going to start a sketch on the front of our new body and then just project these holes in, or make my own. But if I project the holes in, then I'll have a center point to work off of. So we'll just take this face right here, and I'm going to do create sketch. And so now we're doing it. We're doing it. We're really doing it. We're sketching. So hit P for project. Take these 2 objects. It's like cheating because I don't have to measure a lot of stuff at this point. I'm going to project those 2. Click OK. And now I'm gonna say goodbye to your solid. So let's unview let's unview the rod holder. There we go. All right, so view it directly on. There we go. All our orthographic stuff. This should be a 5.5, which means that our posts should probably be, well, 5.5 minus 0.2, so 5.3. So let's just do that directly from the projection and just do 5.3. We'll do that over here too. 5.3. 5.3 looks a little close, doesn't it? Oh no, there's a little bit of a gap there. I want just a little bit of room in there because the 3D print is not going to be round. It's not gonna come out properly. So it'll likely press fit. I mean, if I made it even smaller, I think it would press fit. I think what's gonna have to happen here is when it prints, I'm gonna have to take a file to it, which I still don't know where my file is. That's really bugging me lately. I don't know what happened to my file. I put it away somewhere and it's like gone. Maybe I'll just order another one instead of looking for the one that I have. I don't know. Anyway, we'll take that at 5.3. I don't really need any other features sticking out on this axis at the moment. I don't anticipate that I will need many more features sticking out like this. So we'll finish this sketch, and I'll extrude this guy right here and this guy right here. What's our thickness on this? I got a thickness for the thickness. Let's see here. Get my calipers out if I can. Jesus, these are the long ones. All right, what is that? Negative 256.6 millimeters. I don't know. Okay, these calipers are in a sorry state right now. Their battery is dead. Let's get my good calipers, which are sitting on the other desk, because that's typically where I design stuff in Fusion. You know, I could probably be sitting at the other desk for this and just use my other mic. Oh well. I messaged the friend of mine to see if he's available tomorrow for Satisfactory. We'll see. I don't know if I want to play Satisfactory or if I want to do something else. 5.8 millimeter. That's a weird number. 5.8 millimeters? All right. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. You do you. 5.8, but I don't want it to go the entire distance. I don't want it to stick out of the end because then it'll be loose, right? So I want to go like maybe 5.5. I think 5.5, and then I have 0.3 millimeter to go. Yeah. 5.5. Let's take that out. 5 by 5. 2 into the pipe. All right. We posted. So what screws am I going to use to hold this thing in? I don't know. I guess I could use the big laptop screws because we got plenty of space on this thing, right? And I want to make sure it stays put. I want to make sure there's a lot of friction interference going on this interface so that, you know, nothing moves. These are not going to be large enough. They'll fall right through, right? The laptop screws, even the largest ones that I have, will just fall right through. Man, chat is quiet today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Fusion 360 day. Maybe it's just my starting late. Everybody made other plans. See, that just falls right through. So I'm probably going to have to put a washer on that, which means I probably should choose a longer fastener than that. But that does have some nice... It has the potential to grip very nicely. Maybe we'll use these, and I'll figure out washers on them. I think they'll hold enough to keep the laser in place. I mean, if I screw this up... it'll ruin everything. 2.75? What the hell kind of a millimeter is that? I guess it's 3 millimeters, right? 2.8, we can call that 3 millimeter. So the hole for it is going to be 3 millimeter minus 0.2. Actually, probably 0.4, because I want it to be a tight fit. 0.3? Should we do a compromise on that? So 3 minus 0.3, huh? 2.7. So I need to go back to my sketch, and I need to make 2.7 holes. 2.7. Ta-da. So 2.7. Take that one out. 2.7. This is going to print like absolute ass, though. Here's the problem. This is going to print like ass. That's going to be an interesting one to solve. I mean, I guess if I do support material on all of it, a 2.7 millimeter hole, I'll have to get in there with a pair of pliers and like rip it out. It gives it more stuff to grip. Gives it all that extra plastic in there. I can go back to this extrusion step and I can unclick the centers now. And now we have 2 screw posts sticking out of the front of this thing like they own the place. That's going to be very awkward to print. It's going to be very difficult to print. But I have to do it because otherwise nothing is really keeping this T-clamp in place, right? If I do just screw holes directly on the face of it, these screw holes are so large that it'll rattle around. I could put giant screws through it, but I mean, that's so unnecessary for the system. I could print the clamp. I could print the whole laser clamp, but then the laser gets warm, so I don't want it to. I want there, like, this is probably enough metal to cool the laser, so yeah, I think we have to live with that. I'm just gonna unview chat until it gets more active, because nothing is happening in my chat today. Everybody made other plans. All right, so there's that, and I'm gonna look at my body again. There it is. Look at that, beautiful. It's like it was designed to fit there. Yeah, there we go. I know you guys are here, but yeah, nobody else is. You guys will be private for now, just for now. All right, so far so good. We got kind of the beginnings of a solid going on here, right? We're starting to get our design together. I need something that's going to hold on to these belts, and unfortunately I can't like move them down anywhere from where they are, because those belts go all the way out and around a pulley and then back. That's right, you guys are free to say stuff now. My God. So, I mean, I can make just a big box that goes up and grips the thing. I mean, it definitely has to be a mechanical interface. It's unfortunate that these are here. I mean, if I could move them somewhere else, it would be a little bit better. It would allow me to have a base plate to put the circuit board on. Right now, I just have the circuit board sort of menacingly hovering over everything because I haven't decided how I want to mount this yet. I could have this circuit board at an angle, and that would I don't know. I guess that would be all right. But it should probably, I don't know, it should probably just go in like this. I'll just have to make posts that go up to it. I'll have to make 2 more posts that go up to it. So in that vein, we'll put, I guess just a box that just goes up and grips these 2 things, right? So a box that goes up and grips these 2 things, and then I got to make another piece that screws in above and clamps it down. But if, I mean, all I really need is like one of these ribs. Like I could just put one singular rib in there, or I could extrude it to accept all of them. I don't think that's a good idea. I think maybe if I do 1 or 2 just ribs through the thing, and then I'll have something that screws on top of it. I don't think it's going to be the clamp, although I do have a 3D model for that. I have an actual like cleat for the timing belt that I could put on top of the timing belt as a clamp on the non-ribbed part, and so just stick up. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know. I'm just thinking about different ways that I can do this. Phew. Ouch. That was a full heartburn burp. I had a turkey sandwich. You'd think my stomach would be a little kinder to me. Unlike, you know, fancy, super fancy bread that was more like a piece of cardboard than bread. It was very grainy bread. It was good. All right. So do I do just a big uninspired box that goes up and meets this thing? I gave it a little bit of room on the back end for a clamp, but I don't know if that'll be, I don't know if that's quite how things are going to turn out. It's fancy cardboard. It's kind of ship fancy things in. Yeah, all right. I'm just trying to get a little inspiration here. Let's just make a box. Let's just do a box with 3 millimeters on either side. I think 3 is a little bit much, but get out of here, circuit board. So I go back to my original sketch, and it undoes everything, which is fine. Yeah, like if I make it 39 or 38, maybe I could do that. But yeah, 3 millimeters on either side, or do we just do... Well, first of all, let me project these lines into the actual thing. So I want to project the 3 lines from both of these things so that I can design around them. And so now those are part of the layout here. Do like a U-shaped clamp? Nah, I don't think that'll work. I'm trying to think of what the clamp is going to look like, but yeah, the barrel jack hangs off of the side of the circuit board. That's just because this is a surface mount barrel jack, and it's got a through hole on the actual board itself. This board is just a placeholder. I made this board just to be the size of the, have some of the features that the board has, and have these two holes here just so that we can plan out what I'm going to be making. That laser driver is annoying. It's so big. I think it's sitting right here. You can hear me talking about it. What did I do with it? I threw it back at this desk. I think it's around here somewhere. It's a good little board. I mean, it powers the laser and everything. It does its job, but it's annoyingly large for what this laser is. But this is designed to take a TTL signal and power the laser at the same time. So you give this thing 12 volts, and then you send it a TTL signal, and it'll dim the laser properly, right? It's just very large for what it is. I don't know. I guess it's fine. But yeah, this is a through-hole DC jack that I didn't have a 3D model of. I didn't have a 3D model or a part to put a 3D model on. I think I got a 3D model of one of these. But yeah, TTL is a signal level. So TTL is your 5 volts and 0 volts on and off. It's a standardization. That's what TTL is. And then there's other voltage level standards. So TTL is what this thing does. It's just 5 volt on and off. That's all. But yeah, this has like specifically TTL input is what it calls for. They could just say, 5 volt in, but whatever. I guess since it's got 12 volts on it, and it's got a socket for a fan, but literally all that does is just permanently power the fan. So we don't run a fan on that laser. It's a pretty standard board too, but a laser driver doesn't need to be this big. And actually the annoying part is, this right here, this determines what the signal level to trigger the laser on and off is, which is annoying because this one is a much more sensitive adjustment than this one right here. This one right here does the amount of power to the laser. Yeah, barrel jacks. If you have a barrel jack on your device, I think that's what these diodes are there for. These diodes are there to protect the rest of your circuit, because barrel jacks can absolutely change the polarity of what the pin is. I've seen it all over the place. So the amount of barrel jack standards is ridiculous. It's a good socket, it holds power into a device very well, but the Rodecaster actually has a barrel jack that has a little screw washer behind it that holds the barrel jack in place permanently. Yeah, I've got an AC one on some audio gear, yeah. Center negative is the work of Satan. Yeah, it really is. I'm gonna cough. Oh man, all right. Yeah, we're having a chill day. We're chilling out, and we're doing Fusion 360 because I'm not in for a lot of yelling today. Those of you that don't know the audio project, I think we're going digital with it. I don't think there's anything I can do. I gotta go digital with it. It's the analog stuff uses up too much current, and if I did the analog stuff, I think I need to pull in a different power supply, which means it would have to exist as like a piece of equipment. And so in existing as a piece of equipment, I don't think that'll work out so well. We will get back to analog audio stuff though. Oh yes, we will. Oh yes, we will do that in quite. I told a friend of mine that I wanted his old Euro rack. He's selling me just the rack component to the Euro rack. I'm gonna have to populate everything in the Euro rack. Oh no. Analog synthesizer stuff. Oh no. The chat members who suggested FPGA are about to be obnoxious. Well, yeah, I mean, when we do it, I mean, I've got this FPGA right here, and I've never done anything with FPGAs before. I know of them, I know how they work, I know what they do. I don't know exactly how to program them, so that's going to be fun. Fun. The reason that I go FPGA, by the way, is because with audio stuff, with digital audio stuff, you have a step of digitization of the audio, and then you have to do something to it, and then you have to undigitize it. Yeah, we're going to be so sick of programming in a little bit. You have no idea, man. We got to go back to doing programming streams, so we got to go back to Python for the boards soon, and then apparently the tiny FPGA, I don't know, it has something to do with Python. I looked at, like, for a split second, I opened up the pages that were about how to, like, install the tiny FPGA stuff, and it was like, "Aah!" And it was all like Python, so I was like, whoa. Okay, but yeah, that, apparently something to do with Python and the tiny FPGA. I don't know what. I don't know how to put stuff together for this thing. I don't know how it works. We'll figure it out later. What kind of FPGA? Tiny FPGA BX. That's all I know. The reason that we'd use an FPGA is to eliminate delay. Like, not completely, but I mean getting it to be so little delay that the waves in are the waves out. I mean, the analog audio stuff does that. You know, the analog audio stuff doesn't have much delay at all. I'm looking at it right now. There's like no delay at all, right? But turning it digital and then turning it from digital takes time. So we'll see how that does. Okay, what do I want to design here? Yeah, that's I'm hoping I learn a little bit about how to work with FPGAs, because I'm excited to figure this out. All right. You know, these aren't going to exist in exactly these locations. This belt can go forwards and backwards, or in any direction, well, up and down, right? It'll go up and down from where it is right now. I'm not going to get exactly, you know, the same number of links in both sides. I'm not that exacting. So, I mean, treating this as exactly what's going to be there is probably not going to be the best way to do this. I could do just like a square post that goes up and meets the thing exactly in the same dimensions. Let's see what that would look like. So finish that sketch, and then view the sketches, and then extrude the sketches. This and this. And we're going to go, distance is going to be to the top of the object. So I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to do a join. Why didn't it highlight the second one? Some profiles failed to create bodies. Why? Why? There's nothing to this. Okay, 10.08. You should just be able to extrude up to it. What's going on with that? Wait, what is the... Okay, okay, there, it did it. Wait, now this one doesn't work. What the fuck? Okay, I've never run into this before. Cancelled. Screwed. You. And you. We'll go 10 millimeters. And we won't cut. We're gonna join. Okay, well that I guess I unfucked it. I don't know what that was about. All right, so I've gone up 10 millimeters. Well, 10 millimeters gets me into contact with the belt. I mean, I could just do it this way. I was gonna use the solid in order to cut out the object, but I mean, we don't need to get like an incredible grip on this belt. I can just put like a rib on it. Or two, have a backup, you know, just in case. Is that the same on the other side here? Yeah, we got just about a half going in there, so. Okay. And I'll probably need to extrude stuff around this because I need to make something that clamps onto the top. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do something similar to what I had on another project, which was a just like an oval clamp. I'll just make a little oval clamp. This one doesn't need to have the thing to lock it in on there. Hey, those guys are from around here. Bloodhound Gang. They I don't know what they're doing musically these days. They still exist, and they got like new members and everything. And so for a while, I guess they had a guy doing like the keyboard and the synth or whatever. And I was friends with the guy. He was working some festivals, and we were hanging out. He was a weirdo. He was a young guy. I don't know what they're doing these days. They had those like 3 songs that got popular, and then they like members came and left, and it's like a totally different group now, I guess. I don't really know. But apparently, guys, like, yeah, I played keyboard for them for a little while. Like, what? You what? Wait a minute, what? What did you say about the Bloodhound Gang? What? Do I want to just make the like just do it? Just do like just extrude it and just have use the belt to cut. I use the belt to cut the belt. I might as well. All right, so instead of 10 millimeters on that extrusion, we're gonna take it to what? 13, 12? Let's take it to 12. Nah, 12 is too far. 11. 11's good. So we take it to 11. You can see all the Z fighting going on here. It's like an episode of DBZ. There's so many Z's fighting. Look at that Z fighting. They're battling it out to figure out who will be visible. So what I can do is just take this little operation right here. Actually, not combine. What is the, it would be combine, wouldn't it? Scale, draft, combine, split face. I mean, I'm basically taking, I think it is combine. Isn't that the right operation? I think this, no. Nope, get out of here. Okay. I take, yeah, target body is this, tool body is that, and the other one that just vanished. Keep the tools is on, not join, we're gonna cut. And there we go. Now they're exactly cut from one another, although that is a little concerning. What's going on there? This is literally extruded to be the same size. Something is like broken about this part. So that's a little bit exact, isn't it? So if I unview the timing belts. Oh, dear God. Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, maybe we don't do this. maybe we don't do this. Maybe this is a little bit erroneous. Maybe not quite exactly what we were looking for. Not quite. Not quite. All right, so I'm just going to undo that operation. No. Go back to this. Wait, it was 1999? I'm thinking of like when I was in middle school. I guess that's around then. Huh. It got like non-stop radio play. I could do squares. I could do, well, we'll start with squares. I guess I'll fill them down to make them smooth. But yeah, this is like the crudest friggin' post that I've ever done. Very, very crude. Yeah, all right. So let's make a thing. I need to figure out where I'm putting them. But to make them work in this drawing, I guess I can put one here and then one here. So what is that distance? And I don't know if I can get that out of the inspect tool. Let's see. So from here to, well, I want the center of that. I don't think that's going to give me that. It didn't even measure a distance. It doesn't even tell me. Ah! All the movement tools are like putting me all over the place here. Yeah, there's like a little gap in between the models. I see it now. I wish I could get like a rough measurement. I guess I could do this from the sketch though. Yeah, let's go back to the sketch. Oh, close the measurement tool. Okay, yeah, I need to view the other side so I can go around like this. Okay, so that I can project in, and then we can use that to make our little posts, I guess. Man, this feels like cheating. All the operations that I'm doing here. Project that, We'll do 3 on either side. Make sure they're the same 3. 1, 2, and 3. Click OK. And now I've got those posts in my sketch, and I can just extrude them all the way up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 11 millimeters. Did that get me to the top of the ribbed section? It got me further, didn't it? Well, if I take those 11, they're going to be a 1 millimeter. I think it's 10.5. Try that. 10.5. Yes, of course I want to cut them. Yeah, that'll be great. Join. 10.5's pretty good. 0.5 millimeter of 3D print, and then that'll squish down into there. I think I need it to be a little further than that, though. I think I need it to be a little further. I want to make sure that we definitely capture the belt. And then I'll chamfer the edges a little bit. I'll fillet the edges a little bit, just to give them the ability to fit in. So, back to this. 10.5. 10.8. Oh, that gets us right up to the top there. That's pretty good. 10.8 it'll be. All right. I could leave those as square pieces, and the 3D printer is just going to, you know, do its best to render that object. That's probably the best thing that I can do, is just leave it alone. Just leave them as ugly square pieces instead of doing a fancy thing and like chamfering it or making it look nice. It doesn't need to look nice. It needs to work. It needs to work. I do work. Gotta do work. Do chores. All right, so next is like an oval piece that's gonna clamp down on top of that, and then I'll use that to define what everything looks like below. That's gonna be its own separate thing, and it'll have, I guess, how tall is this thing? How tall is the GT2 timing belt? We tried to build the GT2 timing belt from the GT2 dimensions, right? And boy, oh boy, are they complicated. It has a whole bunch of different angles and, you know, circles that make up the timing belt tooth. It's ridiculous. What you working on? This is for Burn the Subs. This is actually the laser cart for my wall-mounted subscriber burning board. What has sat for a little bit too long in the corner with nothing to do. By the way, Julian's not going to be here tomorrow. For anybody who was excited about that, me. He's not going to be here tomorrow. Life came at him, I guess. So we're going to get him in maybe next Saturday, I think. Hopefully we're going to get him in here next Saturday. Unless something comes up again. But yeah, we'll be building him a piece of gear, which will be pretty cool. And he's going to bring me a Euro rack. I'm a little excited about it. It's actually the body of it a friend of mine made, but those things are like dangerous, right? Everything is expensive, but there's a lot of cool like analog electronics that I can get into designing stuff for a Euro rack. So I'm excited about that. I'll have to learn a little bit more about it, but anyway, we're designing the cart that carries the laser. Your whole lab will be made of synths in about 6 months. Oh God. I want to do stuff with it, and I'm going to just like offload it to Julian and be like, here you go. I made a thing. Okay, this is not helpful. This does not have good dimensions on it. This is more helpful. This is just a thing that I downloaded off of the internet. A little piece of timing belt that helps me design stuff. So what I can do is try to inspect it maybe, and just go from here to here. Yeah, that works. 1.52. So whatever we clamp to this needs to have a 1.52 like hole in it, right? All right. What screws am I holding it down with? I'd like to keep using these, but I think these are not going to be good for the thickness that we need. I don't know if these will work out. I think I need to use a different size screw. Those will be fine for holding a washer to the front of this thing, but the thickness of these, I mean, these are only 4 millimeter. Well, 4mm does give me a little bit of, yeah, I guess I could do that. Well, I'm gonna need, okay, I'm gonna need 1.5mm on, well, let's do the solid first, and then maybe I'll figure out what the screw size is gonna be. Because the largest cap head is this one, and the largest cap head is 4.77. It's like 5mm, right, that I would need for that. So I'll probably go down in screw size so that I can have a longer screw on that. It doesn't really need to be that long, does it? Ugh, all these decisions, man. I'm gonna get decision fatigue by the end of the day today. All right, so 1.5mm. Oops, get out of here. 1.5mm. We're just gonna need to clamp over top of this stuff. So let's design that. So back to, all the way back to the beginning, back to the sketch again. Sketch again, asshole. Let's do a construction line in the middle of this thing. And now the center of that construction line is going to be the center of the trough that I'm going to make. So I will create a slot with a center point and choose the center point here, come out like this, and then we need to give it enough room for the, well, to get wide enough for this thing. So right now, I'll just make it 8mm. And just like that. And then the size of it, we need to make sure that it clears the 5mm of screw like that. So 8 was a little bit much. And of course, the trough tool is all over the place with the dimensions that it gives. So 8mm was half of it. I wanted it to be the whole thing. You see that? It gave me that distance. It was showing me the distance in the box of the whole thing. And then I told it that I wanted the whole thing, which is the measurement that it was showing me, to be 8mm, and it said, okay, half of it is 8mm now. Yeah, this is the version 2, well, 2.5 of the laser board. The version 3 is a major technology upgrade where I have Granite devices. Excuse me. Whew. Ow. I have Granite devices servo controllers for the next version of the board. We're using big 3-phase hobby motors as our servos. So I'm going to turn that into 4 because that's what I originally planned for. Get it? 4. That's 4. That I don't like that because it's too close. What's the size? Okay, so the screw holes, let's just plan for those. If I use that screw, I don't think I'm going to use the 5mm ones. Although I am already using it somewhere else, it would be nice to keep the screw size all the same. Well, okay, so if I do use those, then I'm going to need a 2.7. I'm going to need a 3mm hole through the top. And then I'm going to need a 5mm hole for the cap head. So that's the size of the cap head. So yeah, all right, I'll go down a size. We'll go down a size. I don't know how many of these I have anyway. I mean, those are good screws, but I have more of these laptop screw kits. I really like panhead screws. I don't know why I've taken to them. I've taken a liking to panhead screws, this type right here. Panhead meaning that little button on top is like a flat pan. Get out of here. Yeah, it's like that. So I can use this size of screw. This is the slightly smaller one. Ah! It's gone forever. It's gone forever. I can use this size screw in the thing. I think that'll be good. And these look good because they've just got the flat heads. It's technically like listed on Amazon as like a laptop screw kit, which yeah, I'm not making laptops of this thing. But it's a nice kit of screws when you're building stuff in 3D. 2.38. That's 2.5. 2.5, and that will give me, hold on, 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 is a slip through. And then the cap head is 4.2. So 4.5 maybe. Well, 4.5 will clear it, so that means over here I can put in those numbers. This doesn't, the outline doesn't need to be in construction. What's this line here? What's going on? What is this? Oh, no, that's my circle tool. Jesus. Okay. Take the wheel. All right, so that's not a construction line. This is going to be 4.5. That's still a construction line. X. Hit X to do construction lines. So this is going to be... I probably should have done this on a new sketch. That would probably have cleaned things up a little bit. But anyway, 4.5 for the screw head. Man, that's huge. 4.5 for the screw head. So we're probably going to need a little bit more space on the outset there. And then 2.5 for the loose fit. $2 millimeter for the threads to bite into. That's a whole 0.5 millimeter, maybe 2.2. Only had a mirror line. Need to make a mirror line in order to mirror this over to the other one. Well, let's worry about this one first, and then we can either draw or mirror all this stuff over to the other one. So if I made this 5, that moves the screws out a little bit. The cap heads can overlap. I just don't want the actual screw holes to overlap, and I want there to be enough material. There's going to be enough material there to bite in. It's just going to be kind of annoying to 3D print this too, because there needs to be an opening underneath this too. Yeah, that'll just be relegate that to support structure, so the good-looking part is up top. We'll just let the end of this dangle out. That'll be okay. All right, I think yeah, that, and then we've already got the edges there, so we can do the trough part. Okay, so that's all we need there. So what is that gonna do? What's it gonna look like? Well, let's take the parts of this that are going to meet the new piece. So extrude, take all this stuff, take all this stuff. Go. Let's extrude that all the way up to the top here. So we know that's 10 millimeters. I could either put it to a number, or I could have it meet this, and then if I have to adjust that height, it'll all adjust together. I don't think that's too important. I'll just take it up 10 millimeter. And we are not cutting, we're joining. And actually, you know what? I can leave the screw holes on this. Hello? No. What did that just do? What did it do? Okay, there. Now, those are the screw holes, so I might as well not extrude them. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We'll, you know, I'll have to do stuff to blend this in and make it look a little better, because it's a little weird right now. It's got ears. Oh, it wasn't 10 millimeters. It was, wait, 10.8. What are you doing? 10 millimeter. I'm probably going to have to push these in a little bit too, just because if I design this exact, then the pieces aren't going to fit together properly. Or I could extrude a little bit wider than the belt. I probably should, to be honest. So yeah, I'll have to define a line on this in order to make the belt cutout for the piece that's going to clip to the top here. All right, to the other side. So what else is this thing gonna? I mean, I guess this needs to have a certain height to it, right? What is the height of the belt? I'm not gonna get it there because that's 2 solids. What an annoying. Okay, so inspect. Take it from here to here. Yeah, 1.52. I remember that from earlier. So let's take it 1.52. Let's take it exactly, because I want it to press down on it. And that 1.52 millimeter, when it 3D prints, is going to be on a support layer. So if it's supported, then it's going to be busted out a little bit. That'll give me my pressure fit. So I can take, I mean, I could probably just click on, oh, no, I can't. All right, so extrude, Now here's the tricky part here. When I extrude this, oop, no, stop it. This is gonna be a new body, right? Hold on, let's unselect everything. So when I extrude this, it's gonna be, it's highlighting. See, this is what I'm talking about with all the weird, change the angle of view, and that helps. So I'm going to extrude this, and actually I'm not gonna extrude that. There we go, just like that. But what I need this to do is become a new solid, and I'll actually select these two. It'll create 2 new solids. You and you. I need to extract that, and I need to start add object. Wait, did it already choose the object that I wanted to start at? That's weird. Why is this not highlight? It just will not highlight stuff that I want it to. Start from there, and we're gonna go. It's choosing these weird numbers. I don't know why it's choosing numbers for me. We're gonna go 1.52. And this is going to create a new body. Actually, yeah, this is fine to create a new body. It's when you start joining bodies that you have to be careful. So the trick is not yet. The trick comes when I do the next piece of extrusion. So yeah, new body, just like that, done. So now I've got 3 bodies in my sketch. Each of these little wings and then the piece below it. So now I need to actually join up the parts. So I need to create the bridge between them. I'm gonna extrude again. I'll do a cut in order to do this, the screw faces. So I need to, because there's so much stuff up here, I need to like view this just the right way so that I don't end up highlighting things that I don't need. And now I get to select 5,000 different objects in order to get this thing extruded. Make sure that I'm selecting the right stuff. That. This is probably why it benefits to create multiple sketches of things, huh? So from... Oh, wait, did I select the middle? I did, okay. This is going to start... Direction, start, add object. Oh, we got it for a second there. Hold on, I got to view around like this. No. There we go. From there... and let's go 2 millimeter. I think 2 millimeters is enough, right? That's gonna clamp down on that belt nicely. And we are joining the solids, but here's the problem with joining the solids. If I join the solids, what it's gonna do is it's going to join to my base plate, which is dumb. I can't have that happen. So what I need to do is I need to hide it from Fusion so that it doesn't join it up. Bald Engineer, rating with a party of 45. How's it going, man? Good to see you. 45 peeps. How's it going, man? We're doing Fusion 360 today. I won't say under the weather, but I'm just like, today. So how's it going? So yeah, what we're doing is we're designing the laser cart for Burn the Subs. Burn the Subs is a board that sits on my wall, and any subscribers to the channel get burnt onto it. This thing has been sitting on my wall for quite some time unused. This is the 2.5th version, 2.5th version of the board. And this one's been a little slow to come about. We got a plank of wood, I put it on the wall, I mounted it, and then I realized that I needed to extend the axes up a little bit. And so in doing so, I've sort of tightened up some of the tolerances on things. I've been sort of designing things a little bit tighter with this and making them look cooler and work better. And so what we're working on right now is the Y-axis cart that holds the laser and the laser power supply board and all that stuff. I need to get this done, you know? I need to actually just do this and design this and get it done and get it ordered and all, or not ordered, get it printed and all that stuff, right? So that's what we're doing today. What'd you guys do over there at Bald Engineer Town? Anything cool? Or was it just really boring? It was really boring, wasn't it? All right, so yeah, so far so weird. This is just a weird thing. Anyway, I want to put like screw cap heads on this. So I'm going to select these things, and then I'm going to extrude them from the top down. So I will do start at object. This is that's what I'm doing over here in this window. Start at object. Here, where's that? There we go. A clone Apple IIe using Mega 2 chips for an Apple 2GS. 2GS was my jam. That's the computer that I used to have. I cut my teeth on an Apple 2GS because it's not edible. Yeah, I used to play Hellcats on that. -1. -1 for the cap heads. There we go. That's what that clamp looks like. Now the rest of this looks like ass. It looks like fresh ass. Look at that. Looks like ass. But I can work the solid around in order to make this a little bit cleaner. You know, we can work the base plate and stuff like that in order to make this a little bit cleaner. Ah! Something Satanist. Zadily Satanist 666. Thank you for the follow. Same with Manzanitos. Manzanitos. Thank you for following. Oh, we also had Soko's follow too. I've been missing a couple follows. I haven't been looking up. Yeah, anyway. Engineers can't look up. You know that? This is a little bit of a weird thing. I mean, it looks a little weird. It looks a little weird. Maybe we can like chamfer our way out of this and make it look good, or fillet our way out of it. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I mean, I know that this, like, clamping it like this will work. It's just kind of a weird looking shape that I've created. Weird looking shape that I've created. I wonder if I can, like, cut some of the edges down a little bit and put some angles in it or something. Just make it look a little bit less stupid. A little bit less aggressively stupid. That's always nice. Something is not exactly completely stupid. It's just a little less aggressively stupid. I can also join these with the solid, and then... Oh, let me think about this. If I join these with a solid, then I have something that I can create. Like, I can mount, like, a little hanger for the drag chain on the back of. That might be the way to do it. Gonna eat lunch. All right, man. You do you. Yeah, we're just having a quiet stream. I learned a lot before watching you use F360. Wait, you learned a lot before watching me or by watching? Before I watched Bother, I knew a lot of things about Fusion, and now I've forgotten everything. I like that. So, all right, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put this together, because I mean, I guess we can fillet our way out of it over here. But I can use this as a back plate and then move... let's see. If I move that in completely, then it's going to break this, and I'll have to re-extrude it, which is fine. I can do that. I can do that easily enough. Because, yeah, I think we should pull that in a little bit. All right, so here's where we break the entire drawing, right? Here's where we break the entire drawing. So I'm going to go back to this sketch, which takes us all the way back in time. And instead of 40, we'll take it 35. Should probably be 36, huh? 35.013. What a cursed number. What a cursed number. Take it exactly to the edge there, and then I can draw a line between these. Finish the sketch. Now everything breaks, right? Actually, nothing broke. Actually, nothing broke. That's creepy. Everything worked out just fine, just as I expected it to. Okay, all right. Hey, that's cool. Now, I didn't put this all the way on the edge. I'm wondering if it should be all the way on the edge, if it'll look better if it's all the way on the edge, or if I just clean this up with some chamfers. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just leave it where it is. It's a little cursed as it is, but I think that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be cursed. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave that there. And then I guess on the back end here, I'm just going to take this whole object and extrude it upwards. It's funny though, because that's going to make a larger plate than this would. Unless I I just build this as like a cage for the whole thing instead of using it like a base plate. I could just meet that wall up with this in the front. What does it need in terms of design? It needs none of this. None of this matters in terms of design. But I'll be able to make a piece that bolts to the back of this, and then that will mount the drag chain to the back plate here. So if I take the extrusion step here, I can just add this guy to it. Why did it go all the way up like that? Why did it do that? What the hell? Wait. wait a minute. Why did it do that? This one here, and add this to it, and then it goes too high. What the fuck? Oh, because it's... Wait, no. No. Why is it... Oh, 10.8 was for those pieces. Never mind. Wrong thing. I hit cancel. There we go. All right. That was the wrong step. I'm looking for this solid. This step. That's not the right step. That's the wrong step. This step. There we go. Okay, now I can add this to it. There we go. Yeah, now I've got this back plate here that's way too thick. But I guess that's just what we signed up for. We signed up for. Yeah, I feel like pushing this piece a little further forward so that the screws can actually like clearance the front body here, and maybe making that a little thicker. So what I can do is I can go all the way back to where I locked in the positions, and then I can move just this object, since I based the size of everything off of this object. This actually might break some stuff when I move it. But I want to move it in this axis. We'll do 1 millimeter. Is 1 millimeter too much? I think 1 millimeter should be okay. But now, if I go forward in time, if I finish the positioning step, that didn't break anything. Oh, that's nice. That's nice of it not to. Oh God, what is it? What did it do over here? Oh my God. Oh my God. My plate size changed. So let's change it back. Let's add that millimeter back. And actually, instead of giving this a distance, I wonder if I should just drag it to this right here. So if I delete that distance, and then I take this and I just snap it right there. There we go. All right, so now if I change the size of the base plate, everything breaks. Jesus Christ, what happened to you? What happened to you? Oh, okay, who did it? What step broke? Step extrusion, help. No, that wasn't it. I guess just maybe the base. No, it wasn't the base extrusion. It was one of the other ones. I think it's the one where I define that square. It might be the latest one that I did. Let's find it. Why is that one highlighting so much? Oh yeah, there it is. Yep. Nope. There. All right. Fix that up. What the? No. Not that one. I'm like trying to find, because like, look at that. Where did that come from? Who did that? Who does that? Why would you do this? So that one is the same step as where these were created. And it looks like I lost my posts too. Ah, son of a bitch. You know, you do one thing and it redefines what all the stuff is. We still have our drawings. Still have our drawings. At least we got that. Oh, and I got rid of my chamfer. This step. Why you do this? Stop it. Stop it. Deselect all the... Oh my god. Alright. Hold on. If I get rid of the body, it'll select things a little bit more cleanly. Stop doing it. Don't need any of that. 0.25 down. Where did you get that information from? Where did you get that information from? Who decided 0.25? I didn't tell the program to do any of that. I didn't tell you to go 0.25 down. Where did that come from? Oh my god. It somehow thinks that this step was doing 0.25 downwards. I think what it did is it lost the body that it was supposed to be based on. But then somewhere it pulled the number 0.25, and I don't know where. Because, yeah, those two are supposed to go 10 up. I think it was just 10 upwards. It just made up a number. All right. That should fix a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it just like lost the number and was like, here's one. Here's a number. It's like, no. This is not how design works. Yeah, that one's still there. Where's the... Did I not do the center yet? Yeah, I didn't do the center yet. That's fine, though. That's A-okay. I'll probably have to extrude the other one with a mirror. And then join the two up in the middle. Or I could have a piece that clips in. I could have a piece that, like, has two screws going vertically through it, and it fits in between the two belt cleats. It could be a little bit, I don't know, I could make like a little cutouts for the belt cleats. I don't know how fancy I want to get with this thing, though. How fancy do you guys think I need to get? Well, let's make the other post and see what we feel like doing. So, all right, I need to go back to this sketch, which is our base sketch, and then since I didn't center this thing, which is really, really annoying that I didn't center it. What I need is a mirror line. I need something that's going to be able to duplicate these objects and put them in the exact same place on the opposite side. So I need to go to the mirror of the line. I need to go to the center point of the line, not where this thing crosses the origin. So that's a construction line, and I'm just going to put it out at 90 degrees. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Well, that's at 0 degrees, so I guess that's fine. So 0 degree line just sitting out here in space. It's not given a length, but it's at least locked to 90 degrees, right? Locked to 90 degrees. So what I can do is I can take all this stuff, take that outline, hit Control. Actually, wait, I'll go into the mirror tool first. Mirror tool first. Objects. So you. Nope, wait, nope. This one, and this one, and this one, that one, and that one. Is that everybody? That's everybody. All right, mirror line. That's 10 objects. Mirror line right there. And then that creates all of those sketch objects that I can now extrude from opposite the previous one that I've built. Good stuff. All right. Now I know that is going to be strong enough to hold the laser axis because I've actually done this before. I had for Burn the Subs 3, I have the belt goes to the cart, loops around, and then it's upside down, and I have a thing that clamps to the top of it with 2 screws. It does clamp into metal, but it is PETG, and in this case, we're not clamping to metal, we're doing plastic on plastic, which should be okay. Maybe I have a little concern about the plastic flexing around, but as I build stuff up around this, it should provide us with a pretty stable base platen for everything. It's, you know, I might thicken up that bottom piece a little bit, or I could do a rib line around the whole thing, and that would hold things pretty solidly. Okay, so new sketch hoodish, and let's extrude these. Well, I could actually repeat the steps that I did in the other one. I'll just repeat the steps. I'll just do it again. Do it again. All right, so let's take this one, and let's add to it. Do it, that, and that. We gotta make sure to get the right outlines on this thing. So this, and this one, so that the screws grip. All right. So there's our posts on the other side. And now we've got, now technically I should probably be separating these out from one another so that I've got, like, my timeline doesn't randomly have the creation of the cleats, like, in the middle. But I can clean that up later, I guess. You know, as long as all the basis for the extrusions are there, I could group them into just a little group for where I make these. All right, so we want that, and to that I am adding ish, and not the third one, only the two, because I want the screw to slip through. Now, is that going to join up bodies? No, it's just created a bunch of them. And then the joining step was this one. So if I take, oh, no, wait, hold on. From there up, and that's those wings, and that's these wings, cancel that. This one is the creation of, is the joining of the bodies. The bodies joined together. Two hearts beat as one. All right, so this, and this, this, and this, and this, and this. Oh my God, this and this. This is very pedantic. A lot of pedantry going into this thing. This, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay. Get all those together. If I had a de-esser, it would be doing double time today. If I click OK on this sketch, there's a possibility that it joins everything that's visible together as one big body. What's up, Makoto? Makoto! They hacked my eyes. All right, so let's try it. Let's try it and see what happens. Did it join all my bodies together? No, it actually did something that it should have for once. That's nice. All right, so let's make the screw outlines, and then I'll get to you. I'll get to you. So I need to add to this, this and this, and this and this and this, and this and this and this, and click OK on my cut. Yes, that didn't do it at all. Why did it? What? Hello? Hello? Can it only do the one object? Why do you struggle with this when I give you all these tools to succeed? Does it not cut from the second body or something? Look at that. Cut. Ah, weird. I'll just do it again. Yeah, this is for Burn the Subs. Burn the Subs is my wall-mounted laser etching table. Believe it or not, that's a camera. It's not just a picture. It's my laser board over there. We're updating the hardware on it, and so part of the hardware update is a 3D printed axis cart, because it's such a complicated piece that it helps to be able to just 3D print it. And so what I've done is I've brought all the components into Fusion 360, and now I can design the solids around it in order to piece everything together. Some of the stuff is like obscenely far away from other of the stuff, so it's kind of annoying, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I just don't get why it didn't cut the other body. I guess I need another step. Because actually, wait, no, because when this step was performed, that body exists in the timeline. Weird. So I'll just do a new extrusion step, I guess. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're just going to randomly choose... You're just going to randomly choose the top of the belt as the area that you thought that I clicked. Uh-huh. That makes total sense. Yeah, this is all my stuff. It's like everything I own in this world is in here. This and a car. That's it for me. That's no bother. But, yeah. We're doing games tomorrow. Today, Fusion. We're probably going to be getting back to analog audio stuff too, but it's got to become digital audio, so I got to learn FPGAs. All right, so we're extruding this. Start object there, and we're going -1 with a cut, and that'll gap for the screw heads. Now, there's very little material here, so I don't know if that's going to come out in a 3D print. That might get detected as a thin wall and then deleted. I'll have to watch out for that. And you know, my extruder is only so big. my cup runneth over. My extruder is only so big. That has to be the third time that I've ever said that. But yeah, so I might need to make these a little bit wider. I guess we could do that now. I could just make them wider. I don't know what that's gonna break though, chat. I think that might break some stuff. Chat, that might break some stuff, and we probably have to press pull on these inner pieces here in order to gap it properly. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's widen it in the sketch and see if everything explodes. We're kind of pushing AutoCAD a little bit here. Now, since I do have a mirror operation on this, that means that any of the dimensions I change with the one, change with the other. And sometimes the one. Let's go 5.5. That's going to be a big difference. And let's figure out what broke. What do we got? Oh, no, nothing broke. Hey, how about that? How about that? That's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to have the full width of the belt be the back wall. I don't like that. I think what I'm going to do is make a perimeter wall and make it 3 millimeters. But I got to go potty. So I'm going to go potty, and then we'll come back and we'll work on this a little bit more. I know about variables. I haven't done the parametric stuff. Is that what you're talking about when you mean that? I'm not great with, parameters, yeah. I have. This is a very powerful tool if you know what you're building. If you know everything about what you're building, you could do like a variable for sidewall thickness, you could do a variable for the screw dimensions and stuff like that. I moved away from this. I used to use that a lot. But I think it was like Dinsdale Piranha, who was a user in the chat, somebody I know. He was complaining a lot about my using it. He says, this is a terrible idea, don't do that. So I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be RB, all right? In the meantime, I'm gonna leave you guys with Kenny G. No, I'm gonna leave you with Metronomic Live, because this way I get to double dip on the copyright bots in Twitch. So he plays music, Metronomic Live. He lives in New York. This is his apartment, actually. You're getting a cool view of. I play his music, and as a result, I promote his stream. That's how I pay for this. There's invoices, thousands of dollars that I owe him. But yeah, Metronomic Live plays cool music on Twitch, and I'm using him as a means by which to show you guys that everything still works over here, and I will be back. I promise. But yeah, this is his stream. It's awesome. Let's see. Overlays, BRB. There you go. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back. I return. I lived. It's a good song. I'll fade it out. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's get rid of BRB. My body is like very angry at me right now. So I don't know what I did to it. I don't know what I did to it, but it's mad. I returned. I didn't abandon you. I'm so sorry, chat. I kind of want like a sidewall around this thing. I don't know. It doesn't need to be a box though. It'd be nice to get away from that shape, you know, just of making it a square. I don't know if that's possible though, to get away from that. Plus, if I put a sidewall on this thing, it'll be stronger. It'll also blend into this a little bit better. Did you angler it with hard apple cider? No, but if I had the hard apple cider, I would be fucking dead today. I would be dead. My body would essentially, from mouth to anus, be a windsock. I'd be like that thing in Dune that the ships are coming out of. But yeah, it's not good. The apple cider, like I told you guys, the apple cider is fucking. I was like that the other day. Yeah. The apple cider, for some reason, triggers something. Like there's some bacteria or whatever in my gut biome that fucking loves apple cider, but it likes to turn apple cider into methane. I don't understand it at all. I don't know if it's just me. Like, I am not willing to do that experiment on somebody else. I told my friends about it, and I'm like, I don't want to give out apple cider where I have to be like, by the way, who's gonna make you fart? Like, I don't want to do that. So I don't know what the hell happened with that apple cider, but yeah, this is not due to the apple cider. Yeah, so that chamfer there, I think maybe I would like to modify it, and maybe I could just bring that all the way out. Let's delete the chamfer, or the fillet, and then let's bring that all the way out. Maybe I'll make that extrude a little bit less tall. So let's make that like 11. Oh, look, it's got the first 6 digits of my own number. Of course this will be legit. Hello.
Online subscription. The charges will reflect in your account within a few moments to 24 hours. If you agree with this, simply hang up this call. And if you have any concerns or
that attention Norton user. I haven't had that fucking virus on my computer in eons. Fucking Norton? Are you kidding me? Attention Norton user. We have charged 300 and blah 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 specific number to your account. If you agree with these charges, please hang up immediately. They are grade school email levels desperate here. That is like a chain letter. If you don't forward this to 6 people, remember chain emails? Remember those? Man. Yeah, if you agree, you hang up the phone and we will charge your account in the next blah 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 amount of time. What? What the hell? That's like I haven't heard that one before. So yeah, this is supposedly 14 millimeters because they did 2 object. Let's turn it into a distance. And we know it's 14. Oh, put the number in. So let's go 7. 7? Yeah, we'll go 7. We'll go 7. That's a weird number. We'll go 7. 7 by 3. And I'll go back to the original sketch. And I'll take this out to the edge. So I'll get rid of 11. I'll just take this. Well, actually, that's going to block. Oh, no, it won't actually block anything. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we'll take that out to the edge. So I'll get rid of this. And then I'll take this. I'll just come out to here. And just attach. Finish the sketch. Let's see what it broke. It appears to have not broke. Good. Good. They can find your Norton account. So weird. Yeah, the chain emails, man. We were plagued with those things. I feel like this could like lift up, but I've got to remember that this is 3D printing, so I've got a base plate to worry about. Yeah, no, it's like you don't really need antivirus. You just got to be careful out there. It's a mad world. All right, back to the original sketch again. I'm going to do a 3-point rectangle. Rectangle, 3 points. Take it out there. And we'll go 3 in this direction. Good. And then we come out there. We attach it to there. And then, because it's AutoCAD, it's going to forget that I actually attached it to anything. What the fuck? You guys saw the little X that came up when I clicked. Why did it do this? What is that? It just decided, look, and then the X comes up there and boom, it attaches. Now it's actually locked into the dimension. It just ignores stuff that I tell it to do. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, then extract this one. And we're gonna take that 7 like it's buddy. That would not be a cut. No, no. Join. Good. Ransomware is a booming industry. Yeah. What is the height of this thing? I don't even know. Because I'm gonna have to make something that comes out to this, which means I'll probably have to go above 7 on that back piece. What's the height of that? Can I do a little inspect-a-doodle? 10. All right. Well, I guess I'm going up 10 on that. Close that. Bring that up. Go 10. Ta-da. It's funny that it's exactly the height of what where the timing belt comes in. Strict ransomware's consistent backups and are not giving a fuck what's on your PC. Yeah. Yeah, my family member's hospital was subject to a ransomware thing, and all their medical records had to be like rebuilt from the ground up, which is crazy. Chamfer, this one, and this one. And we'll bring that up and out. Look at that. We just made it, just like that. Just like that. He just tweeted it. I've been investigating this for years, and he just tweeted it. All right, modify, put another chamfer. This is how we make our things not look stupid. That's how we make our things look modern, is with excessive amounts of chamfering. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's not that great. It's what it is. I can probably round those up a little bit. Probably the top edges I'll hit a little bit of a fillet on it. Wait, is that chamfering or is that filleting? Which one's which? So yeah, fillet up here. But I don't know if I'll do a fillet down there. I don't think I really need. I don't know if I want to do that because that'll make 3D printing it much harder. Let's see here. What else? Well, I think it's going to be a new solid that comes out and meets up with this thing, and then I think I want to do like a structure with it. I want to make it look like a girder. Girder. Should we smooth up some of this stuff too? Maybe I can put a little chamfer on this. Make it kind of meet up nice and. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. Huh. I'll think about that one. Cancel that. Cancel that. Cancel it all. If I do a fillet, and I have it like smoothly approach, what does that look like? Hey, Warsaber. Nah, it doesn't look very good, does it? That's a little weird. Looks a little weird. I mean, I could probably use something over here for sure, but over there it looks bad. It looks bad, and I feel bad. Yeah, maybe we just knock the edges with an angle and just deal with it from there. Is there a discount for fish fillet today? I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm trusting McDonald's fish. But yeah, it's whatever. It takes the edge off. Haha. Got him. Got him. Anyway. Okay. So that's that. Now I'm going to have a piece that bolts to the side here. And I guess it's not going to bolt from the top. It's just going to get extruded out, and it'll be a separate piece that I print. So it could be that I put the bed against the top of this thing. So you can think about it on the 3D printer as being flipped 180 degrees, right? And then we'll design it based from, I guess, this as being like the top, right? I can't even get to the face because there's so much stuff under it. This being the top face. And then have it come out to there. And I guess I'll extrude it down. So let's make a sketch here. I'll extrude it down, and then we need to figure out how it attaches. That's the thing that I'm debating right now. It's the master debate that I'm having with myself. I could have like a plate that has screws that go down on top of it, and then it just holds it out. Or I could have the screws come in on the sides and do a thing like this has with the posts. Oops, I've been clicking everything else. You know, do something with posts on the side like this. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure of what I want to do here. I mean, the main cart is definitely printing from the ground up. So far, so good anyway, yeah. We haven't done the circuit board mount yet, and I haven't done screws through this thing. And then I have to change the color because I want it to look cool. But, what a weird design, right? What a weird, busy design this is. And I'm not gonna make the plate like, you know, like make it this whole thing 2 pieces and just have the thing that hangs the wire tray, you know, like attached to these two, because that would be obnoxious to get the belts into. And these need to be separate pieces. Okay. So, I mean, I've got a lot of like excess space back here. How big is the circuit board? The circuit board is absolutely fucking enormous. That's the problem with it. It's like absolutely enormous. It's way bigger than everything else in here. So I'll probably have to just put 2 posts that go up and meet the circuit board. Cheesed to meet you is what I'll print on the circuit board right there in the middle. Yes, good. Yeah. There's not much I can do about that. That's just the size of things. It's just the size of things. All I can do is make it so that I can unscrew that board and then get to everything else. You know, I could put the board at an angle. I was thinking about doing that, but I don't think I have it in me. I don't think I have it in me, chat. I'm hemorrhaging viewers right now. I need to get something done. Yeah, all right. So let's start inventing. Let's start from over here. So I don't need to see the sketch anymore. Get out of my face, sketch. And let's create a sketch. So now I've just got this profile here. And I'm going to build off of that and get out to these. So let me project the holes. Those are the 2 holes. Actually, I should project the whole damn thing because I need the outline as well. Oh my God. Cannibal Jesus might go away. Don't you come back in a couple days? Isn't that what Cannibal Jesus is all about, though? He gave up his weekend for our sins. But he's back. He's back. Take these. Project. All right, so there we have the stuff. So we're basing our sketch off of this surface here. We've already got all this stuff in here. And what I need to do is just make a structure that joins that square all the way out to here. And then I'll probably need to take these holes, reduce them a little bit, because I've got particular screws that go into them. But I needed to get those holes into this drawing so that I got their center points in there. What's up, RYG? Been a while. Let me see. So I have these countersunk screws that are perfect for this, and they come with the Maker Beam stuff. So let me get one so that I can measure it. So I can measure it. I can measure the screw. Where is it? It's all the way. They're like way up in my screw bin. I got a screw bin. I got a psilocy bin. Got all kinds of bins. Got a lod bin. What's happening here? Where is my frickin'... Okay, I think there's somewhere else. What did I do with that bin full of screws? I'm missing a couple bins up here, which is bad. That means that they've wandered somewhere. And if they're not sitting out on the desk, then... Oh, are they all the way over there? They might be. Might be on the other side of the shop. Hold on. RYG, sub for 8 months. Thank you for the sub. By the way, you guys are going to all end up on the board at this rate. You guys all ended up on the board. I need to compile a list of names. A list of demands written on the palm of my hand. I ball my fist. I need to come up with a list of names that are going to end up being the first names onto the board. We're going to shuffle that list, and we're going to let them come in a random order so that there's no fight to be first on the board. Found the screw bin. That's how we're working the next version of Burn the Subs. Oh man, head feels like it's underwater. Got like pressure. Okay, so this is the countersunk screw. The finger guns emote. Yeah, man. I always love seeing my emotes in other people's chats. I don't know why certain streamers have like problems with like people using their own emotes, or like, you know, people using emotes that aren't theirs in their chat. It's so weird. I love seeing all the different emotes, man. Love it. Okay, so these are 3mm. Use it any chance you get. That's great. So these are 3mm. So I'm gonna need like a 2.8. Dancing shark, but it's only doing the explicit part of the dance. All right, 2.8. 2.8. So those are going to be our screw holes in this thing. Oh my god, whose is that? Simon Honeydew. We got some weird emotes. Who dat? Psycho Shtick. Oh, that's where some of those faces come from. All right, let's see. So we've got our outer perimeter, we've got our screw holes, we know where we're attaching to. We need to make basically just a piece that's going to fit in there and hold up the drag chain. And so what I'm thinking is, if we extrude on those faces... Ew. What did I just say? I can build like something that looks like you know, like a what do I even call it? What do I even call it? Like a girder structure is what I called it before. I don't know if a girder is really gonna, hold on. Girder. We use that word so much and we get semantic satiation. Yeah, I guess if it's just coming up with a Wikipedia, then I can definitely, yeah, just like, you know, I wanted to look a little like something like that, just like, you know, whatever. So yeah, I get mechanical engineer approval of that one. Okay, I wonder if I could use the generative design stuff. I don't know. Do you have to pay for that in Fusion? I don't think you do. Maybe with my license, with the educational license, I might not have to. Let me unview the solids, though. Well, actually, we're going to need this face to center whatever we're building. So what is the distance here? Oh yeah, let me lock that down. There we go. So I go directly out to this thing. I mean, I can come in from that a little bit. Well, 14.251, we'll just go out 14. So 14, yeah, 0.2 difference between those. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Let's maybe make that a construction line, and then we'll come back with a square. How else can I do this? Hold on, let me think about this. If I do 14 and 14 on a construction line, yeah, you know what? No. Okay, I know what I'm doing. So we'll solid that line up, and I'll take another one out from here, another 14. Not the most elegant way to do it, but whatever. 14 and 14, and then I just join this of the line to there. That is an awkward shape, isn't it? With the EDU, you could use it a few times. Encoding overloaded. What the hell? Why does encoding overload on this? What else is this computer doing? Jerk. Okay, yeah, that's not exactly how I thought it would look, but I guess that's okay. I guess it works. Now, I could do a tab coming in here, and that way I'd need like maybe a little bit of a wider area, and then I would have screw holes on the outside there so that it would attach straight down to the thing, or I could screw it in from the side. I think screw holes are going to print better vertically in this case. So I should probably go vertical with this thing. So if I take that 14 by 14, I can just create a 3-point rectangle and then take it from this guy here down to this guy here. Actually, wait, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want it to be inside of the... Well, the belt isn't necessarily going to come all the way out to here, right? That's not necessarily going to be the way that it operates. What do I want to do then? Bah. I got to think about this. Because I do want the belt to be able to overrun. But if this starts at the top of that belt mount, then the belts can come out and over top of this. So this can actually go further inward than the belt thing. That'll be... Okay, we'll do that. I'll do a 3-point... rectangle, and we'll modify the height of all that stuff, or extrude it away, and then I'll take it in. I'll take it in 10 millimeter. That's pretty far, but I guess that'll be okay. So 10. So that'll be our plate. It'll have a couple screw holes in it as well. All this stuff is in the way of my of my creation. It's like highlighting everything that's in order there. So yeah, let me get rid of some of this stuff so that we can actually design this piece. There we go. That's a little better. So how many screws do we think we're going to need on this thing? I mean, 4 screws would probably be pretty good. 4 screws would be a little bit overkill even. But I do want it to sit flat, and I want it to be able to... I mean, what'll it do? It'll pivot on the screw or something. But I mean, we are pressing this down against the thing. So if I do 2 screw holes, that'll be enough to hold it up. I mean, this thing isn't... The drag chain's not going to put up that much of a fight, right? Thinking. Just 2 screw holes in the middle. That'll probably be good. See, all this stuff highlighting. How do I turn that off? Don't show projected. No, that didn't do it. Yeah, see, this stuff gets really annoying. I took it out of view, but it's still like highlighting around it. I don't know how to do that. All right, so 2 screw holes. How far in do they need to be? This is like I have no constraints over what I'm doing here. Why is it? It's like right angling it to this random ass point right there. Look at that. That's really weird. All right, I'll take this as the whole thing, and then we'll do. And what were the screw holes again? They were 3, 2.8 for those, but for the screws that I'm going to use for the belts, that's going to be 2.5 with a head that is 5. So it's going to be 2.3 and 5. And I need to locate it. Well, if the head is 5, let's take it like 6 millimeters in from either side. And then non-construction line, and then we'll do 2.3, and then 5. Yeah, the projection of all the other bodies and stuff, I wish wasn't, because I took them out of view. I shouldn't be able to see them. So why is this a selectable geometry right now? I don't know. Ooh, that's heartburn. Why do I have heartburn? Thought I took heartburn stuff today. Probably have to take more. 5. I ate a turkey sandwich. Like, there's nothing more. Try isolating the part you're editing right now. There is no part that I'm editing. Yeah. Oh, also, these should probably be construction lines. How did they not... What? Why is it still solid then? What's going on? What's happening? Why is that line not becoming a construction line? Is there a line under it that I don't know about? That's weird. That's very weird. That's very weird. Break the links to components. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do these things. Oh, you know where? That's what it is. So the line that's not becoming a construction line was the one I used to make this square. That's right. Dumb. Okay. All right. I know now. I know now why it is the way it is. All right. So we got 2 big screw holes in this thing. I mean, the screws are a lot larger. This is a smaller piece than I give it credit for. This thing is like this big, right? It's not that big. It's as big as chat. So yeah. All right. So we got that thing. I don't know what I can do with like making the geometries for like a cross kind of like stitch kind of thing, you know, just like a support thing. I mean, there's also the tool where, like, if I finish the sketch, there's also the tool that would let me create a web. I wonder what that's like. Curve, thickness, depth, flip direction. That's the web tool. What was the rib tool? That has a curve on it too. I don't know how to use these tools. I wonder if they could do something cool. Because yeah, I don't want a ton of plastic on this thing, so I can just put whatever I want right here. I could do a cutout of the bother logo. There's too many facets to that. I don't think that would look right. It would look cool on the board though. I could do the text BTS. We'd have to look at this thing constantly though, so I don't want to make it look dumb. I could just write "fuck you" on it and just have that be the cutout. There goes encoding. Consider turning down video settings. What the hell? Why is it doing that now? I think I have plenty of hard drive space. It's not like it's working any harder than it normally does. I guess it just doesn't like to have 3-dimensional objects on the thing at the same time. It's a GTX 970 that's helping with some of the encoding. I don't know why there would be a slowdown on the cameras. Maybe I just need to reset the computer because it's got some Windows update pending. We're gonna break your computer. Haha. Windows update. All right. Man, the possibilities are endless, aren't they? This thing will sit like this. So if I want to put text on there, oh look, and then the grid goes away. Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back. Why are you? Okay, there we go. So, what can I put in this? I could just do cutouts on it. I could just do cutouts. This whole thing is just going to print directly on the bed up. So, yeah, exactly. I don't know. Each update has been hurting Windows a little bit, and I'm almost to the point. My friends are like debating Linux, and I told them that my Discord was also discussing it, and I got fucking attacked. Like they said that you guys were dumb without even like realize. Like I don't understand why I can't. I don't know. It was a stupid thing because it was like I was telling them that you guys like were saying that Linus actually made it harder on himself installing. And I guess I should have led with that because what I said wasn't all that controversial, but I got like immediately like shot down. Like they I don't know. My friend's got issues, man. They got issues. I was like, dude, I'm agreeing with you. It's fine. But I am like, if Fusion, if this program was on Linux, along with maybe a couple other things, I would very much consider switching over. But unfortunately for the engineer, Windows appears to be the okay operating system. Problem is, we're just like subject to their whims, though. Who watches Linus now? They do, and they take his word as gospel. Which I'm not in that business. Okay. I guess I could take, I don't know if I like the look of the lines like this. I'm wondering if I want to take the lines and go all the way out to this out here. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll alleviate some of my creative block that I'm experiencing right now. So if I take that and instead I just straight up draw a line to there. And the thing is, I could actually move this up or down. I could move this up or down so that one of the geometries is a straight line. I can do that. I have that power. Let me think about this a little bit, because part of the drag chain is going to be modifying it so that it lays flat. I think that was linked on the Discord, but I didn't end up watching it. I did not end up seeing it. How far would I have to move this thing to make it flat on one side? 4 millimeter. Exactly. Precisely 4 millimeters. Let's move it 4 millimeters. Let's finish that sketch. Let's go all the way back to here. And let's view our timing belt. Or rather, our drag chain. And then I'm going to move this. Now, which end? Okay, so that's the end there, and the belt goes up that way. Let's move it up 4 millimeters. No, they just took his word as gospel, and I was saying that my Discord was discussing that he made it a little harder on himself, and I didn't use those words. So, unfortunately, I got... For some reason, I was like the bad guy, and you guys were awful or something like that. It was dumb. It was really dumb. All right, we'll move it up 4, and that way there's room for the wires to do their thing, right? Oh, but we didn't know. We moved it now, right? We moved it now on the timeline. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. We go all the way back to here. Now we move it. Now we move it. So we move copy. Move copy. This thing right here. We move it 4. Now when we finish the position, that sketch was made when it was made, and all of my projected stuff moves with it. That's the beauty of Fusion. Fusion's really good for that kind of stuff. You know, I can move that object in the past, and then my design will still generate around it. All right, so now that that's even, I can just draw one line there. And then, do we do a diagonal, or do I do something fancy with it? I think I just do a, well, if I do something fancy, I mean, I could do a, let's see, do like a construction box, and do it like that. And then, I don't know, I got just a little bit of a different geometry to the whole thing. That still looks like shit. That doesn't look any better. You were supposed to look better. Looks like crap. Just do it like that. Just bridge it. Just do it. And then I can put something in here. What would that necessarily look like? I mean, I don't know how to create, you know, a, I mean, I could do polygons, actually. Do I want a circumcised or an uncircumcised polygon? Let's do an edge. So if I take that and I make like a little hex. Oh God, what have I done? There we go. Well, that's crooked, but if I did a bunch of these, I could probably... The last time I did polygons as like a grid fill for something, it was a disaster. It actually looked... It took the program a shitload of time to actually like figure out where all of the geometries were, which is probably a bad idea, so let's not do that. Let's pretend that never happened. Yeah, there's no like I mean, there is the rectangular and circular pattern, right? But I'm just wondering, like, there's no like creating like a grating or a mesh. Not a mesh like in the sense of, you know, these things, but I mean like a mesh like a repeating pattern in something. I could do like just slots. I could do just oval slots in the thing. I don't know, that would probably not look great. But I could also take this angle and incorporate that in it. Let's see. So if I take the outline and I project it inward a little bit, what do we end up with? So we at least have the edges of this thing represented. Hello? Can I take that and create... oh, wait, we're not... Where are we? We need to be in the sketch tools. So here, 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 and hello? There we go. I do like -1 millimeter. That would be our initial outline. This cut is annoying, but -2 maybe we'll get rid of it. Yeah, -2 millimeters on the outset gives us an outline with an opening inside of it. And then I take this angle and I make slots that go down. I don't think that's not gonna look good. I'm trying to come up with something here, right? Let's see, slot. Let's just do like a center to center. I take it like that to that. Take it out 2 millimeter. Like if I did that and just took it out to there, I guess it would look like something. Here, let's turn that into a construction line so we can ignore it right now. I just wanted to make sure that I gave enough room on all the sides there. So what is that distance? That would be, I'll just do a rectangle on it just so I get an idea. 3.5, 3.5. Let's do that as a construction line. Oops. So 3.5, 3.5. I don't know where its grids are, where it thinks its grids are. It's so weird. And then what is the distance between this and this? That would be 3. Yeah, that's right, because it's our... Oh, wait, that was 3. So if I take this and I create another construction line, that's an offset line from that, and that's at 3. Now I have something that I can go center to center with, so I don't need this anymore, because I'll make it. So 3.5 by 3.5, and then I make a slot center to center, and I go from here and I go to here. Why are you avoiding that? Okay, not a construction line, and I make it 3, and then I got another 3.5 here. 3.5 is not enough. 3.5, let's do 6.5. That's a construction line. Boop. And then I take that up and I create a slot. Center to center. Not a construction line. Goes straight up to there. And then that is 3.5. Maybe 6.5 is too far. At 3.5, it's too close. So 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. So we're just going to do vertical slots on this thing. So we'll do another 5.5. The thing is, I can't do the rectangular pattern on this because they are getting longer as they go towards the other side. So I should just make that equal to the previous one. Slot. Center to center. Non-construction. Oh, no, now that I'm in my tool, it doesn't let me do that. Up there, and that's going to be 3.5. Why are these 3.5 and not 3? I don't know. I don't know. I think we can fit one more in there before we got to stop. Okay, do one of these. Do one of these. Create. Slot. Center to center. Oh god, there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff. $3.5. Wait, why did that one turn out? Huh? Why is the gap further for this one than it is for the other one? Wait a minute, what? Am I going crazy? Oh, it's because, god damn it. So the program does this every now and then. The program does this every now and then. It'll insert a line segment into the line that you're trying to put down, which really causes a lot of problems. Oh, and look, you weren't even attached. Please go back there. Okay. All right, now that makes a little bit more sense. What is that line? Oh, that's just my, yeah, we can get rid of that. Okay. All right. So I put kind of a pattern in it. That'll at least save us on the massive amounts of plastic. Hey, Obatine. Let's see. I think we're ready to like build something out of this. So finish that sketch. So now we need to make the cutouts for this and then extrude the material. And I don't know how much of this I'm going to need. Maybe like 3 millimeters would probably be pretty good for this. I guess we can extrude it first before we bring everything back into view, as long as I go in the right direction. I don't recall which direction is the right direction, so I'll have to play it by ear. This projected shit really kills me. Like, it's not visible, so why is it defining my solid body? When you've got complicated surfaces underneath this stuff, it really gets annoying. All right, so we're going to go -3 mm, right? That'll create that solid. So this is the bracket that's going to hold on the drag chain and hopefully hold it, keep it from moving around a lot, right? I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Doing okay. I'm doing evil. Yeah, let's look at everything else. Boop, boop, boop. So we've got our brackets that are going to be holding down the drag chain. We need to plan for this bracket to screw down into this piece, and then the bits of belt are gonna flop down on top of it. What is this? This is burn the subs. So this is going to be my laser etching table. What takes the names of subscribers and burns them onto this beautiful piece of wood behind me. That's what it is. So we're modeling it in Fusion 360 right now so that it can hold all my stuff. So far, it just looks like a bathtub, but it's getting there. But this is all going to be 3D printed. 3D printed. We're going to print this in 3 dimensions, not just one. Interestingly, this does not have any vertical support. I expected it to be a little bit thicker than this. I don't think that'll be a problem. I don't think it'll be a problem. I think this will be strong enough because it's going to be PETG. So, what happened to the previous one? It's filled. The wood has no more room for names on it. We had a very capitalized name that came in and ended the board at exactly 5,500 names. It lasted 2.6 years. And I've had 2 boards total. The first board took, I think, maybe 1,000 names, probably. I don't know if I have a good count of that. I have the database. It's all up in GitHub. Yeah, the previous board had only so many names, and they were all in bubble font. The last board that we did had bubble font and single line font. And that one took many more names. That one was built to last, and it did. Are those going to interfere with the screws below it? I guess if it covers up screws below it, that's not that big of a deal. Where are the screws below it? They're going to be inside there. No, that'll fit. That'll all fit. Okay, so what I need to do is build a platen that goes up to this thing, and I need to cut out this thing from the thing below. But before I do that, let me put screw holes in this. So if I unview all this stuff, and then I take the sketch, this one, and I extrude. Oh, I can extrude these straight down. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice feature. I still got to deal with all these weird cutouts, though. Still got to deal with all the weird cutouts. This is an odd object that we're creating. -1. 1 millimeter to clear the holes, or to clear the cap head of the screw. So, I mean, this thing is 3 millimeters. I think that's going to be enough to hold it. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Looks like the cap heads of these screws won't clear. So if I need to take the card off, I'm going to need to like disassemble it in order to get all the way down to these things. So that'll be all right. Fancy. Looks fancy. I like it. I like it. All right. Don't need that sketch anymore. Does it look technological? I guess. This technological terror. Okay. Let us get this extruded from the main body. So this is only colliding with the one, and then we'll build up the solid around it. So I'm going to use the intersection tool to combine this body. Wait, target body is actually the base plate. So we're going to take the combine tool and take the target body here. We're going to keep tools, and we are going to use that to cut it out. Oops, daisy. The problem with doing that is that I'm creating multiple little bodies by doing this. I'm creating multiple little tiny bodies. So actually, let me cancel that, and let's go back before I extruded these. Yoop. And they're gone. Now I can take the combining tool, and I can target this thing, and I can use this thing, and I can keep the target body, or keep the tool bodies, and I'm gonna cut. So that'll just cut all that out. Now there's space for this. Now, I am basically assuming that this is gonna fit perfectly, so I'm probably gonna need to have to come in and use a push-pull command in order to widen out some of the surfaces here. But for now, that's okay. And then I can skip ahead in time, boop, to where I made the screw holes. So now we've got this as our base plate. Good, good, good. So far, so good. But those screws have nothing to go into. Bum, bum, bum. They got nothing to go into. There's nothing there. So what I need to do is now multiple sketch operations, I guess. I guess what I could do is take... Let's see here. I mean, really, I could have, if I had planned it this way, I could have designed that bracket first and then gone from there, but this will be okay. So what I can do is take either the projection of the sketch or just the stuff below this and just extrude up to this point. I mean, I could thicken up the base of this thing. Nah, I won't do that. Basically, what I need to do is project one thing onto the other. So if I take my base plate, that takes us back in time to before that sketch ever existed. That's the problem with doing that. If I double click on that part in the timeline, all this new stuff, it's not there. I haven't designed it yet. That's just how this program works. So I need to figure out how I'm going to, well, I can project down from this thing, I guess. So if I go to this sketch, yeah, and I take, so we've already got that in there, and I've already got this in there. So actually, I can just project that face down. I already have it. I already have everything I need. Man, there's some, like, aerobics or some shit is going on in this house, and I don't know what. I don't know if somebody decided to, like, rearrange the furniture. Sounds are, like, very much exaggerated when you're streaming. Okay, so here's what I need to do. I need to take the thickness of this thing. So I'm going to extrude, and I need to actually take the sketch object. So I don't actually... Okay, let's unview all the bodies. Nobody's here. So I'm going to extrude this and this. And... Oh, wait, I didn't make the inner holes yet. I need to go back to the sketch. Let's go back to the sketch. Back to the sketch. What was the size of the fastener that I made there? 2.3, but this actually needs to be larger than that. So I need to make a 2.6 on the outside of that so that the screw goes through it. And that's what I need to make over here, too. So 2.6. 2.6. There we go. Finish that sketch. Did it break everything? It did not. And now, actually, when I create the body, I need to come back to where I created the body. That would be here. And I need to unhighlight this and this. This kind of stuff can break it because we're jumping around in time and we're altering the outlines of stuff. And when you alter the outlines of stuff, I don't know how the software is doing it, but it has a way of defining those outlines of things that get extruded. And when you start screwing around with like adding shapes or changing the size of something, and it ends up creating different outlines, the program sometimes either makes an assumption about which one it should be extruding, or it just flat out breaks and stuff doesn't work properly. So you have to go back and you have to kind of like, you have to alter the timeline in order to make it work properly. So, all right, here we are. We got all this stuff, and what I'd like to do is now take an extrusion, and I'm going to extrude this and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And get over here, this little corner. Oh, God, this is annoying. Look at all this stuff. Why does it do that? Stop it. There. All right, so all that stuff and the ring. Good, good. All right. So I am going from, and so can I actually go, if I can start from an object, and that would be this face, and then I go down into the other body and join, but I need to unview the body that I just chose. I think it might work. This might work. And the distance is going to be to object, and it'll be to the base. And I'm going to join and create a new solid. Ta-da! Click OK. I'll have to do something about that gap right there. That is kind of annoying, that little gap. Well, I guess I can extrude that out to the corners. Here, take this. And then take this. Nope, 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 cancel. Extrude that and just take it out to where it combines. That just gets rid of that little cubby hole. It really wants to cut, doesn't it? Join. All right. Yeah, we're getting there. It's starting to look like a thing. It's starting to look like a thing. How about that? Yeah, the timeline is very important with AutoCAD. Important. The timeline is very important to AutoCAD. All right, so far so good, right? We got our solids here. They're starting to look like something. Starting to look like a laser axis a little bit. Just a little bit. Just maybe a little tiny bit. Just maybe just like a touch. Just a tiny little bit. I'm wondering if I want something to like vertically meet that, but I don't think it needs it. I don't think it needs it. Anything that I add is like adding plastic to this whole equation. Because like, yeah, I probably could push that back a little bit, but oh no, my extrusion. How do I solve that? Well, I can Control Z these. Oh yeah, that's the view commands. Or I could just re-extrude the holes in there. Where does it doesn't need to go very far in, does it? Yeah, so if I go back to those extrusions and I just alter the distance, I can not interfere. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Now it won't interfere. Looking good, looking good. All right, so aside from that, the next steps that I need to do are basically just massaging things. I need to get the screw holes in the base plate. Oh, you know what? Yeah, the screw cap for these back here are probably gonna, those are probably gonna interfere. So I may need to push this out a little bit. So pushing the entire thing, or the screw holes out a little bit so that I can clearance it properly. Or I could do a cut through the whole thing vertically in order to make that work. But I need those screw caps fitting in spite of this plate right here. So, oh wait, did I join the bodies by accident? Yeah, I did. Look, see how I accidentally joined the bodies? Now, where did that happen? Right there. So yeah, I need to unview this one and then redo these steps. Or no, I need to redo those steps, but with that out of view. Wow, thanks for that advice. That's really good advice. Why is this constantly highlighted? All right, so go back to this. Unview the body. And then click OK. Everything exploded. Yeah, huh. These steps are cursed. All right, I think I need to do them again. I think just because it's like, it's joining the body in spite of my my efforts here. So hold on. Delete those, and then we go back and we unview the top piece. Unview the top piece. Boop. And now I can join them up without making it super cursed. 1.5. Not cut, you stupid program. Join. Of course, that might affect things down the line too, if I have to move it. Join. Create one big solid. One big solid. Beautiful. Well, it's a little janky, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, all right, we're well on our way. That's a lot of good work for today. I'm not feeling my best today, so I'm gonna keep this short. So far, so good. We have most of the stuff mounted to our axis. It doesn't look very fancy. Doesn't look as good as I'd like it to. It's not really gonna be. I mean, it'll be a feature that'll be on camera constantly, right? Whenever we burn a name onto the board. But so far, I mean, at least we're getting all the stuff to be where it needs to go. This will be a pretty good, stable mount for everything. And that's all it needs to be. So, you know, I'll probably, I'm not sure if I'll print it in red. Let's make these plastic though, just so it looks a little bit more like the right thing. So appearance, and then I'm going to do the whole body, and I'll do it in opaque gray, which is probably what I should have my extruder set to, because it's not like I'm designing stuff for metal in AutoCAD, and the opaque matte gray plastic looks pretty good. But I have a debate about whether or not I want to print this in red, like all the other 3D printed parts of this project. Hello? It's still, you're still metal. What are you doing? Become gray. There we go. I could do like a combo of red and black or something like that. I could do red for this piece and then do this body in black. Or I could do blue. No, we're red and black are that's the color scheme for Burn the Subs for now. All right. So I need to make a couple screw holes. I'll probably need to alter some of the dimensions of this thing. I'll do that on my own. Come up with something and try to get this rolling. I'm not feeling great today, so I'm gonna leave it here. I don't want to lose my voice or anything like that. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Friday, designing stuff. There's a lot of creative juices that need to flow, and I'm not full of them right now. So I will break here. Let's see what's going on around Twitch. Yeah, I'm not going out tonight or anything, so. Who do? D&D, you got Rudism doing Forza. Davies is doing My Summer Car. He's always doing there's no change. That man is partnered off of My Summer Car. It's amazing. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna pack it up right here. Thank you guys for joining me through this journey of design. We've made good progress. This is something, right? And I'll dress it up. I'll dress it up with chamfers and fillets and stuff like that, and I'll make it look good. And we'll come back. We'll come back and see the results, hopefully. But I will be back on tomorrow. If I don't feel like complete ass, I would like to do a game stream tomorrow. But we'll see what we get to with that. Because you know, hey, I wanna play some games, right? I think that'll be fun. Fun? You guys ever heard of fun? We didn't have fun today. No. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Let's do the end card. Yeah, there it is. Well, it's not going to be 3 days like the timer. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Later.